The book of Ecclesiastes gives us a version of life that is difficult to swallow. It is a version in which injustice and oppression always wins. It's a version where nothing really matters, nothing has a meaning for us. In chapter 4 of Ecclesiastes, the author says that everything is meaningless, that the people are being oppressed and there is no one who comforts them, that the power is in the hands of the oppressors and there is no one to comfort the oppressed, that it is better to be dead than to be alive. It is much better, he says, to not have been born at all than to come to this world to experience these things. He says everything is meaningless. Even success and trials are meaningless for us. It's like chasing after the wind. What a version of life this is. How difficult it is, even as we think about the things that have happened around our country and city in the past couple of days. Life sometimes is meaningless. Life tells us a story that sometimes is difficult to swallow. The truth is this: the author is writing from a perspective where God has little or nothing to do in the affairs of human life. But for those of us who have heard the rest of the story, for those of us who have been given the proclamation of the good news, we know that is not the end of the story. We know that God has intervened in the affairs of human life. We know that He has come fully and completely in His Son Jesus Christ to give us a new version of life and to invite us into a new government and to bring us into a new kingdom. This is what the gospel is all about. It tells us that God Himself is so interested in these things that He sent His only Son to present us with a version completely different of what life is. With His life and His death and His resurrection, with His ascension to the heavens and His promise to come back to us, He is inviting us to be part of a new world, a world of peace and justice, a world where there is no more racism and discrimination and prejudice. And you may think, well, I know this will happen one day. Christ is going to come and make all things well. And that is true. But there is a more beautiful truth that you can get hold of today. And the truth is this: the kingdom of God is already here. He's already inviting you to live this kind of life. Not by power and not by our own strength, but even in weakness, and by relying completely on the grace of God for our daily lives. Remember this: injustice and oppression will not be in this world forever. But as for today, you can begin to live the new life that God has brought to you by His Son Jesus Christ. I really hope and pray that you get a hold of this life and the grace of God be upon you today.